My good people, rarely do you get an opportunity of sitting down with a judge. And we've been fortunate enough to have a very distinguished judge. So I will let him introduce himself. Your Honor, sorry, my lord. What's your name?
My name is Judge Gacuiga Muthoga. I am a judge of the United Nations International Mechanism for Criminal Tribunals. I know it's difficult to say what that is because everybody thinks of judge. They start with Supreme Court.
Yeah.
They say High Court.
Yeah.
And they say Court of Appeal. And they say High Court. And they finish there. That is the Kenyan judiciary.
Yes.
I am a judge in the international judiciary.
Yes.
United Nations judiciary.
Yeah.
And I have been serving in that judiciary since the year 2003.
Yeah.
When I was elected by the General Assembly of the United Nations.
Yeah.
To serve in what was then known as the United Nations International Criminal Tribunal for Rwanda.
Yeah.
Which was the tribunal that was set up to try those believed to have been primarily responsible for causing the genocide that occurred in Rwanda in 1994. And I served in that tribunal from 2003, as I said, to 2012, when it was, my term came to an end, and it was also wound up. There were two tribunals that the United Nations had set up during that period to handle the genocides, the one which occurred in Rwanda, and the one which occurred in what was the former Yugoslavia. That one of the former Yugoslavia was called the ICTY, and the two tribunals were wound up in 2014. And the United Nations now set up the mechanism, which is where I'm serving now. And we'll hopefully continue to serve until the 29th of May 2024, when my term comes to an end. Unless the Secretary General decides to extend it further than that.
And where do you sit?
Well, now, as judges, we sit from our home territories. When we're doing any work which is not collegial. We respond, we correspond, we do virtual work. But then when we have to sit as judges now to consider, to receive the evidence, or to consider what kind of judgment we should issue, or anything that requires us. In the case of those who are hearing appeals from the Yugoslavia, the ICTY, we sit at The Hague. In the case of those who will be hearing appeals from Arusha, ICTR, they would sit in Arusha. We have a court in Arusha and we have a court in
The Hague.
At The Hague. Now, as you know, we have actually now done all the cases that originated from ICTY. The only case that remains undone is the one that originated from ICTR, the case involving Ferris and Kabuga. Now Kabuga was, last week, the court decided that he is unfit to start trial. In other words, he would not be able to, he has dementia which has gone so far that he will not be able to respond to the accusations that will be made against him. So the trial was stopped, and it is now awaited to know what the eventual determination will be, because when you stop a trial in those circumstances, it is not an acquittal, it is not a conviction, it is kind of stay in custody until either the situation changes, if it's a situation which can change, or if it doesn't change, for as long as the president of the tribunal may deem fit.
Okay.
So that's what my becoming a judge or my being a judge is. But before I became a judge in the judiciary, UN judiciary. Of course, I served as a legal practitioner.
My lord, let's pause that for a moment, because we'll get there. Let me take you back. Where did the young Lee Muthoga, where did you grow up? Where did you go to primary school? Where did you go to high school? Because we are very good with capturing some of these stories.
Yes, and I keep telling people it's a long story.
We are here for your time.
Because I grew up in Odaya.
Did you know the time you were born?
Yes, I did.
But
you see, no one knows the time they were born. They are told when they were born. So you can't really claim it as your own personal knowledge. It's the knowledge acquired from others. So acquired from my baptismal card, it indicated that I was born on the 25th of January, the year of our Lord, 1945.
45. Yes.
Which makes me what? Just short of 29 years old. 79 years.
79 years.
And I was born there, so I was born in a family, in a polygamous family. My father, Peter Muthoga Gaturu Co, was the husband of 2 wives. I was the second son of the second wife. And I began my schooling in what was then called Kisa schools. Kisa schools. Yes. That is the Kikuyu Independent Schools Association schools. Schools established by the what we then called independent schools. Or the ICPK. But as you will know, on the 20th of October, 1952, something happened in this country, which is difficult to forget. The person who then became President, Jomo Kenyatta, and 6 others, were, well, an emergency was declared in the country over the whole territory of Kenya. And these gentlemen were taken to Kapeguria.
Yeah.
And what is now called as Mau Mau. That time it was called Mau Mau Rebellion.
Yeah.
But we have refused to accept rebellion. And we say the War of Liberation.
Yes.
Mau Mau War of Liberation commenced.
Yes.
In earnest.
Yeah.
Our schools were closed.
Yes.
Mine particularly was burnt down.
By the colonialist.
By the colonial administration.
Yes.
And so throughout 1953, I did not go to school.
Yeah.
In 1954, I then rejoined the schools. Our schools were closed, so we were forced to go into other schools.
Yes.
The nearest authority running schools, because that time schools were run by, there were several sets of schools. There was the District Education Board schools.
Yes,
schools
DEBs.
Run by government.
Yes.
Owned and managed by government.
Yeah.
Then there were schools owned and managed by the various churches.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
As I said, where I started, in Kisa, it was managed by the AIPCA.
Yes.
Then after those were closed and shut down, we were forced to go now to the PCA.
Yes.
That is Presbyterian Church of East Africa Schools.
Yes.
There are other schools run by the African Union Mission and others done by the AIC. AIC and AIM.
African Inland Church.
Yes.
Yes.
And AIM. And of course the Anglican, what now became ACK.
Yes.
But was that the was Church of England at that time. So I rejoined school. In Saturday 3, Saturday 4.
Yes.
I skipped Saturday 3. And then, of course, in the year following, I did what was called the Common Entrance Examination.
Yes.
In our school, out of 55 students, 7 of them passed. That time there were only 2 categories. You pass or you fail. So the rest of them failed. And they went to look for Mali, kutafuta ngodo. Those of those now 7 from my school, we went from now Munyange PCA school to Mahiga PCA school. Which had an intermediate. That time, you know, schools where we had primary schools and we had intermediate schools. Intermediate schools are those which had a class of 5, 6, 7, and 8. Which was called intermediate. So the others had below them was 1, 2, 3, and 4. The primary school. Now, so I was a group called Primary Top. It's like this one they are trying to bring back here called CBC. Primary Top was schools which went all the way to Standard 6, 5 and 6. And then you have to move from that school because there were not many intermediate schools and there were not many. Even those primary top schools, there were one there, one the other place. So, I went to Mahiga, intermediate school, where I did 5, 6, 7, and 8. Then I did Kape. Kenya African Preliminary
Education. Yeah.
A certificate, yes, KAPE was Kenya African Preliminary Education.
Yes.
Which then became CPE, was it CPE?
CPE.
Something like that.
Yes, then KCPE.
Now, after you did your KAPE, if you are successful, you go to a place to something called high school.
High school, yes.
And then high school was 4 years.
Yes.
And if you are successful, you go on to higher education.
So where are you in high school?
For me now, I went to high school in a place in Ebu, in a school called St. Paul's High School, Kivuti.
Oh, Kivuti.
Kivuti, yes. Kivuti is a school in Ebu.
Yeah.
Where I did now from 1 to 4.
Yes.
When I finished from 1 to 4, I have it's a long story, as I told you.
Yeah.
I finished in certain difficult circumstances.
Yeah.
Because in the course of May, on May the 23rd of that year, I was expelled from school. I knew you would laugh.
Yeah.
But there was a refusal to eat food.
Yes.
People quickly call them strikes. They are not strikes.
Yeah.
It's their refusal to eat food.
Yeah.
Which the students argued was not fit for human consumption.
Yeah.
And it happened that in the course of that time, the headmaster found me addressing the students and telling them how bad the food was.
Yeah.
And even the headmaster's own dog had refused to eat. And now, after that, I was called in, and another young man called what's his name? His name is escaping me, Dirango. Simon Dirango. Simon Dirango and I were alleged to be the ringleaders.
Yes.
And of course, the headmaster quickly crafted a sentence.
Yes.
No trial, you just see the sentence.
Jury, executioner, police.
You prosecute, you judge,
and you execute. Yeah.
So he decided that I should be expelled.
Yeah.
And that Simon should be suspended for 3
months. Or 3 months. Yeah.
Simon was in studies in
Form
3.
Yeah.
So even if you are suspended for 3 months,
you'll come back.
You'll come back.
Yeah.
And get on with it.
Yeah.
Poor me, I was in Form 4.
Yeah.
And I knew that if I don't sit that exam, my life is done.
Yeah.
And I was determined that I must pass.
Yeah.
And I must go to study law.
Yes.
That I made up my mind long ago,
in
1957.
Yeah.
And I felt very, very disappointed with that judgment.
Yeah.
So I left the headmaster's office.
Yeah.
Went via the store and picked a panga. Came back with the panga.
Yeah.
I opened the headmaster's door.
Yeah.
He had not locked the door. He was inside, but he was not locked the door. So I opened the door.
Yeah.
And stood above him.
Yeah.
With the panga.
Yeah.
I told him,
hey,
today, somebody is going to die.
Yeah.
But it is not
Me. Yeah.
But somebody is going to die.
Yeah.
If you don't allow me to sit the exam in this school,
yes,
someone will die.
Yeah.
But it's not me who will die.
Yeah.
Father Renta
Mm-hmm.
looked around and he didn't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
He was acting, because he was the headmaster,
Yeah.
acting on behalf of Father Bataina,
Yeah.
who had gone on leave back in Italy.
Yeah.
And these were Italian conservator fathers.
Yes.
And now I was with my kepanga and determined to execute.
Yeah.
And so he shouted out for some members of staff to come.
Yeah.
And they came and found me there.
Yeah.
And then they decided, no, let's sit down, let's quietly, let's sit down. And they went and sat down.
Yeah.
And then I waited through with my paga, and eventually the verdict came.
Yeah.
And the verdict was that I'm going to be expelled.
Yeah.
But I will be allowed to come back
and sit your exam.
And sit my exam on condition that I will not enter the school compound earlier than 5 minutes before the paper starts.
Yes.
And will not tarry in the school compound for longer than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
After the examination is completed.
Yes.
And I shall not converse with or mingle with
other students.
Yeah. Easy for me.
Yeah.
So I put back my panga and then arranged to get out.
Yeah.
And I went out.
Yeah.
Of course, not knowing where I'm going.
Yeah.
But knowing that I have to leave the school compound.
Yes.
But then on the way, then I thought maybe it's essential that I should go to my father's place and explain the debacle.
Yeah.
My father used to, had been detained in 1952.
Yeah.
Soon after the detention by Jomo.
Yeah.
But he had come back from detention and had settled in Nyahururu.
Nyahururu, yes.
He'd come back in 1959 and had settled in Nyahururu. Nyahururu is where he had worked and lived since 1936.
Yeah.
Even though we ourselves were born and brought up in Nyeri, he was an itinerant worker, working in the area of Nyahururu. And so he would come home once every month, administer the home for a weekend, and then go back and so forth.
Yeah.
So when this happened, I thought that's the only place I could report.
Yeah.
I didn't even report to my mother, who was in Nyeri. I went straight on
to
Nyahururu.
Yeah.
And then I found him.
Yeah.
Well, it's a long story, so I'm not going to give what happened in the incident, because there was also an incident which happened on the way there. But I passed that incident and went. Then I found my father.
Yeah.
I explained what had happened.
Yes.
And he said, well, that is so. You sit here and wait for your exam.
Yeah.
So he gave me, he had a building, still is there, called in Donyo Road, called in Nyahururu. It's written Peter Muthoga Gaturu Co. It's written right at the top there. 1948. So he gave me a room at the back as my both residence and study.
Yes.
And I now settled there.
Yeah.
After about less than a month, I bumped into some white ghost fathers, brothers, who had come to establish Nyahururu High School.
Yes.
I don't know whether you know Nyahururu.
Yes, I know Nyahururu.
Well, yes, then you know Nyahururu High School. It's behind there.
I see it at night many times.
Nyahururu was high school was established at that time.
Yeah.
These American brothers, of course, were teaching what they know.
Yeah.
But they were not teaching Kiswahili.
Yes.
Because they didn't know
Kiswahili. Yeah.
I bumped into them quite fortuitously, not by any design, but I just happened to bump at them.
Yeah.
And and I understood they were looking for a Swahili teacher.
Yeah.
Me, I was not a teacher as such.
Yeah.
But I done fairly well in Swahili.
Yeah.
And I knew Swahili quite well.
Yeah.
So I was sure that I can teach.
Yeah.
They themselves, not knowing what I'm teaching or anything, they were there.
Yeah.
They were. It is not a government school.
Yeah.
It's one of these missionary schools that are beginning, but it was a Roman Catholic school.
Yes.
And now I'm a Roman Catholic student because I was also in a Roman Catholic high school in Kiwote.
Yeah.
So I was given the job.
Yeah.
The job had no pay.
Yeah.
But at least gave me the comfort.
Yes.
Of studying in their library.
Library. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So my residence and study, joint residence and study behind my father's plot, became now only residence.
Yeah.
The study was in the library of the school, so I taught Swahili. This was Form 1.
Yeah.
So it didn't give me too much trouble.
Yeah.
But the important thing is I also organized their library.
Yes.
I helped them organize their library because the library had many books.
Yeah.
But they were books not about our education
system. Yeah.
Because they are American books, you know, those brought in huge cartons.
Yes. Shipped
over. So there are many of them.
Yeah.
But they were not they did not go along the syllabus.
Yes.
Of the country. So I had to advise them on what book would be helpful.
Yeah.
By Gerard Jewell, my arithmetic for schools.
Yeah.
By this, by that.
Yeah.
They didn't know that.
Yes.
So I was kind of, as the librarian, kind of helping them to shape their library into something.
Yes.
And we worked on until time came
for your exams.
For me to sit my exams.
Yes.
And I went to Embu.
Yes.
My mother, a lady whom I have tremendous respect for, roasted a piece of sweet potatoes.
Yes.
And wrapped it nicely for me to eat.
Yeah.
Before the commencement of
the exams.
The exam, because it brings good luck.
Oh, it brings good luck.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
And so this fiancé was cut into various pieces.
Yeah.
And I ate one every
morning.
Day.
Yeah.
But after a few days it was finished. So
yes.
I didn't have. But the luck did not depart.
Yeah.
So I finished the exam.
Mhm.
In the course of doing the exam,
Yeah.
I ran out of food,
Yes.
and I couldn't face it.
Yeah.
That I'm here dying of hunger.
And you guys are eating
and there
there.
are people eating there.
Yeah.
So I did the same story now.
Yeah.
I re-entered the school. There was a school with a kayapo fence like this one.
Yeah.
I went and cut
Cut
a
it.
hole. It wasn't really me who cut the hole,
Yeah.
although one can say so now.
Mm.
It was the boys themselves. It was their exit.
Oh, the sneaking.
Hidden sneaking,
Yeah.
because smoking was such a great offense
Yes.
in the school.
Yeah.
If you are caught smoking,
Yeah.
you are back to,
Yeah.
you are off home.
Yes.
So if you want to smoke safely,
Yeah.
you sneak in behind the toilets.
Yeah.
There's this hole
Mhm.
which had been created.
Yeah.
You sneak out.
Yeah.
Now you can walk wherever you want to walk and smoke as you want to smoke.
Yeah.
And then you sneak back
Yeah.
when you. So I knew of it, of course, because I was also a smoker.
Yeah.
So I knew the hole.
Yeah.
So I came in through it.
Mhm.
The school captain
Yeah.
was a gentleman from Keadu here
Yeah.
in Nyeri.
Yeah.
So he was, everybody, well, let me not use a word like everybody, but the majority of people knew
Yeah.
that really it
Uh-huh.
was not a fair expulsion,
Yeah.
because it hadn't been me who had organized
The strike.
the so-called strike,
Yeah.
or whatever, the denial of the budget.
Yes.
But
Mhm.
I went along with it,
Yeah.
and I was agitating for a refusal,
Yes.
so we can be heard.
Yeah.
But it was taken that I was the leader of the
Yes.
rebels.
Yeah.
So Gacuiga, that is the school captain.
Yeah.
He would not have courage to refuse me
Yeah.
to eat
Yes.
the food.
Yeah.
So I would go and hide behind. There was a cook called Jero,
Yeah.
and between the dining hall and the kitchen there was a tank,
Yeah.
a water tank,
Yeah.
which you could not see it. You could not see through it from the dining hall side,
Yeah.
but you could see it from the kitchen.
Yes.
So my friend Jero,
Mhm.
one of the cooks, would stand in the doorway
Yeah.
to see when the headmaster
He is not around.
goes away.
Yes.
The headmaster would always come,
Mm.
get the students seated down,
Yeah.
and then they say grace,
Yeah.
and then he goes. He goes to their father's quarters
Yeah.
to eat with the other fathers.
Yes.
So Jero would stand by the door,
Mhm.
and when he sees the headmaster go, he would then beckon me.
Yeah.
Now I would go in,
Mhm.
get a plate,
Yeah.
get some food,
Yeah.
and eat.
Yeah.
I did that for quite a number of times.
Yeah.
But one day,
Mhm. Your luck ran out.
the luck ran out.
I knew it. I knew it. Uh-huh.
Just before the exam was finished,
Yeah.
the headmaster came.
Mhm.
He did his usual, and he walked out.
Mm.
I think he either thought something is not right,
Yeah.
or he came back.
Yeah.
He decided to come back
Yes.
to the dining.
Mm.
And here I am. I was just seated there eating.
Mm.
So, of course, because everybody else now has eaten,
Yeah.
I'm the only one eating.
Mm.
And of course, the headmaster has come. You know,
Yeah.
they were wearing those long cassocks. So people have seen me eating, and the father has come.
Yeah.
So they are frightened. They don't know what will happen.
Yeah.
So me, I looked. I saw him there. He just continued to
eat. The worst has already happened.
Eat.
Yeah.
Then he asked me, "What are you doing here, boy?" I said, "What am I doing here? Can't you see?
I'm eating.
I'm eating."
Yeah.
I have told you. I said, "Sir, please let me eat.
Let me eat first."
Please, Father, let me eat and we talk. And he let me eat.
Yeah.
Actually, he let me eat. I ate very slowly. In the meantime, every other student had vanished out of the dining hall.
Yeah.
The only person left in the dining hall was Gacuiga and myself.
Yeah.
And
Jero.
No, Jero was not in the dining hall.
Oh.
Jero is a cook.
Oh, he's
in the kitchen.
Yes.
His job was just to find out when the father enter
then
crosses out.
Then he tells you.
Then he tells me.
Yeah.
He was my what is it called? Reconnoiter.
Yeah.
But now the students just got out one by one. We are left only with the school captain.
Yeah.
Father Enter and myself.
Yes.
And then when I finished it now, see, I've told you not to come to the school, to come with the school.
Yes.
I told him, Father, I have no food.
Yeah.
I could not imagine that I would let myself die of hunger when the other people have food here.
Yeah.
So I came. I know it's contrary to your rules,
but
there is nothing.
Man has to eat.
A man has to eat.
Yeah.
So I was stood out.
Yeah.
And escort him out.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Gacuiga had nothing else. Escape to
escort you
out.
Yeah.
It's a great place. You are not allowed to step on the glass.
Yeah.
So you have to go along the pavement, even if it is going the wrong way.
Yeah.
And I was seen off and went.
Yeah.
That did not quite add the thing because I still came the day after. But this time, I decided I'll be eating from the kitchen.
Yeah.
So the headmaster doesn't know
where you are.
He doesn't know where I am, and he doesn't expect anybody to be eating in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And so he would come with his boys and do, and me, I would sneak from the same place through the wall.
Yeah.
Back, instead of going to the dining hall.
Yeah.
I would go to
the kitchen.
Yeah. And Jerry would give me food from there.
Yeah.
And we finished the exams, got finished.
Did you top your class?
No. I was number 3.
Number 3.
Yes.
And after where do you go now after that?
Now, so we have done Form 4.
Yes.
Cambridge School Certificate.
Yes.
Ordinary level. And I have got 6 principals, 6 distinctions. 5 distinction 1.
Yeah.
And 1 distinction 2.
Yes.
And so I was expecting to be called for Form 4, for Form 5.
Yes.
I had applied Strathmore.
Yeah.
Machakos. And where I was. Not Jiris. Jiris was high school. It's Form 5 now.
The A-levels now.
A-levels.
Yes.
I had applied to go to Strathmore.
Yeah.
To go to Machakos.
Yeah.
And another school which I can't remember clearly.
Yes.
But then exams came out. People are called.
Yeah.
and I wasn't called.
Yeah.
So I came to Strathmore to find out why I was not called.
Yeah.
And I went there and found Mr. Sparring, a tall gentleman.
Yeah.
And showed him that I had passed, and he had not taken me.
Yeah.
And he told me, I received this letter from your former school.
Ah, so they had reported you.
They had written a letter.
Yes.
Starting this way. Although I have not been asked, I would wish to give a testimonial for one Rewell, Gacuiga,
Muthoga,
and blah blah blah. And he's a cantankerous boy. He's difficult to handle. It's all those manner of questions.
Yes.
So Mr. Sparring told me now, and that's based on that.
I can take you. Yeah.
But there is a school starting here called Kenyatta College. You could go there and try your fortune.
Yes.
Because they only opened the other day. They didn't have students, so maybe you can get. Why don't you go and try?
Yeah.
And so I went to Kenyatta. Kenyatta College had just opened.
Yes.
It had 2 sections. There's a teacher education department.
Yes.
And there was a secondary school education department.
Yes.
And so I went there and found the acting principal, Mr. Hall. And I told Mr. Hall, please do not ask me to bring you a testimonial from my former school.
Yes.
Because I know what it would say.
Yeah.
It would say I'm a terrible boy.
Yeah.
And this and this and this.
Yeah.
But if you take me on my word, as long as you are principal of this school, you will never regret having taken me.
Yes.
Mr. Ho accepted that.
Yeah.
And I was in class.
Yeah.
So I started my Form 5
and 6.
Yeah. And Mr. Ho, after 1 year, our principal was appointed, called J.E.S. Jones, from Isri High School.
Yeah.
And Mr. Ho went back to be principal of the teacher training college section.
Yeah.
Now we go to Form 6. We are sitting there doing exam.
Yes.
And we then get to the Form 2 boys come crying that Mr. Parker has called them monkeys. Hey, monkeys? He would call you monkeys, African monkeys. That cannot happen. That cannot be allowed.
Muthoga is...
And we agreed that cannot be allowed to happen and so forth.
Yeah.
So we decided to go on, well, it was described as a riot that time, but it wasn't really a riot, it was a challenge to come to the gate of Kenyatta College to protest.
Yes.
Mr. Mwalimu Parker's calling
insults
of our brothers, young brothers, monkeys.
Yeah.
Of course, we decided that cannot be stomached.
Yeah.
We must go to town.
Yeah.
We left the boys there. We told them, you go, stay, don't worry. We are going to town, and we come with good news. Myself, a friend of mine called John Annan, came into town. John knew Koinage's.
Oh, the
Office,
Koinages, yes,
yes.
yeah.
So Koinage was the Minister for Education.
Yes.
So we went. We did not find Koinage
In the office.
in the office.
Yeah.
So we saw his PS, Kariuki Jiri, and explained that Mzungu is calling children monkeys, and that is very, very bad.
Yeah.
Very, very bad. So Kariuki Jiri told us, okay, you just go back.
Yeah.
We'll deal with that matter.
Yeah.
On the way, before we left, said Nairobi, John said, let's go to the home of Saudiga's office.
Yes.
So, Jaramogi's office.
Yes.
Jaramogi was then Minister for Home Affairs.
Home Affairs, yes. And the Vice President at that time.
Vice President,
yeah.
Yes. So, he gave our story.
Yeah. You found him in the office?
Yes.
Ah.
I found him in the office.
Yeah.
He knew John. He didn't know me, but he knew John. Me, I was just an accompanying person.
Yeah.
And so he said, we go back, he will take action.
Yes.
So we went back.
Yeah.
Going back, finding there, the police were like Azmios.
Yeah. Like today. Yeah. Clearly things have not changed.
They have not changed much.
Yeah.
And we were immediately held, and we were told now, people must go back to the station.
Yeah.
Because you are the one who was caused this riot. I said, well, I don't know, you can take us there. But the Minister for Home Affairs has said he is handling this matter.
Yes.
You can check with him if you want.
Yeah.
But he has said he is handling this matter. But if you want us to go to a police station, fine.
Tutaenda. Yeah.
Then now the leader of them, I think he was a chief inspector or something like that.
Yeah.
Said, no, we can't take them to the station. If the minister knows, and we have taken them to the station, it will not be good for us. So we'll place them on house arrest.
Yes.
So we were placed on
house arrest.
We are sitting the exam
tomorrow.
But
even
that day, it's only that was a weekend. The exam was in progress. So each of us was given an askari. Standing at the entrance of the hall of residence where you are living. To stop you from going out.
Yes.
But the people have very little minds. None of those askaris knew who they are guarding. Because the students wearing the
same uniform.
Exactly the same. But because we were obedient children, obedient students, we wouldn't want to break the bounds.
Yes.
But now I decided, this now is my own case, not us. The askari who was there, I would send him to the canteen to buy me 2 cigarettes, 3 cigarettes. He would go, the canteen was far. He would walk all the way to the canteen. Come with 3 cigarettes. Then I would say, no, go back and get me a matchbox. The fellow would go. Clever, because he is clever, he would not come immediately back. For fear of being sent for something else. So he would take his time. And me, I would now take my time, get out of my thing, go and chat with the other fellows. And then come back. Maybe go for the exam. If there was an exam taking place. And we went on like that. We finished the exam and went out. to wait now for the
results.
Yes. I had applied, as I said, to do law.
Yes.
At the University College in Dar es Salaam.
Yes.
Which was a constituent college of the University of East Africa.
Yes.
But I was brought a letter, the kind of letters the students are getting now, admitting me to study Bachelor of Arts honors in the University of Nairobi.
Yes.
This time I went from my home in Munyage. Went all the way to Nyeri town.
Yes.
To make the first international telephone call I ever made. To a gentleman called Bernard Onyango. The registrar the University of East Africa.
Yes.
At Makerere.
Yes, or Makerere.
And I told Bernard Onyango I have passed and I'm entitled to study law. I do not want to study anything else.
Yes.
No BA, nothing else.
Yeah.
I only want to study law. So after some time he said, okay, give me 2 weeks.
Yes.
I'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
So I broke the conversation and waited.
Yeah.
True, as he said, in 2 weeks' time, I received a long letter of offer. Offering me to study law. At the University College, Dar es Salaam. And one of the paragraphs said this letter supersedes my letter of offer of such and such a date. And that's when I knew the word supersedes.
Oh, that was the first time.
My English vocabulary increased by one word.
Supersedes.
Supersedes.
And
so that's it. So now it's going to Dar es Salaam. The usual things, get into the OTC. Drive down, 36 hours later you are in Dar es Salaam. And so I studied there. First year, no problem. Second year, no problem.
Third year,
we are sitting there and listening to it's not KBC, Voice of Kenya. I think it was Voice of Kenya at that time. Saying that Jomo Kenyatta has killed 11 innocent Kenyans in Kisumu.
Oh, the Tomboya.
Yes.
The Tomboya, they keep you
innocent Kenyans.
Innocent, yes.
They have been mowed down. 11 of them.
11,
Yes. That's a very, very bad thing.
Yes.
So I was in the student government in what was called Counsel. Kenya Students at Dar es Salaam University.
Yes.
So we called the executive. I was the assistant director of foreign affairs.
Okay.
So the executive met and we decided that we can't take it. We have to write a telegram to State House, to Jomo Kenyatta. And it was agreed a lady called Grace Githu was in second year. And I and somebody else would sit down and script the telegram. You know, telegrams where you had to write in a certain way, short ways, so they can fit in. And we sent this very long letter of protest to His Excellency President Jomo Kenyatta, President of the Republic of Kenya. Commander-in-Chief of the
Armed Forces. Yes.
And we said it is completely wrong.
Yeah.
It's very bad. It's very barbaric.
Yes.
Acting like that, killing innocent Kenyans. Once usiache barua ifike. Hey, the DPP, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Wilbert Shagura, calls us into his office to molest us, to tell me to explain. And he said, I have stated very carefully in this circular that no person, no student should address any government minister or any civil servant except through me. And now you have sent a letter and we are in trouble. And I was sitting there just thinking. And I said, sir, may I say something? He said, yes. I said, the telegram we sent was sent to His Excellency President Jomo Kenyatta, President and Commander-in-Chief
of the Armed Forces of Kenya.
Of Armed Forces of Kenya. And the President is not a cabinet minister and is not a civil servant. So your circular does not apply to us. You should have seen Wilbert Shagura.
He was livid.
He was livid. He turned around this way, turned around the other way. And he said, okay, go, get out of my office. I don't want ever to
see you again.
Out we went. You know, now a crowd had gathered to see what is going to be done to this executive. So we went. By the time we reached now University of Dar es Salaam, it had a teaching hill and a residential hill. That is, dormitories and the residences were there.
And the classes.
And the classes were at this other place. And between them, there was the dining hall, the catering establishment. By the time we had now told the students what had happened, and then crossed to go to the residential, we found one of the staff workers pinning a circular on the noteboard saying, for the avoidance of doubt, my circular number so and so refers to the president of any partner state. So, but we had scraped through. We had been told how bad we had done, and that Mariamus were waiting at Namaga.
Or waiting for you guys.
Well, in
the event when you cross over.
When we are sent away. We cross over. Into Mariamus. And to undisclosed destination. But now, Shagura couldn't send us away because we are not in breach of any circuit. So that ended that way. Eventually we finished in March of 1970. And I came back.
Oh, you came back to Kenya now?
Yes.
And Kenya School of Law?
That's the next story. I started pupillage with in the law firm of Mrs. Hampton, Harrison and Matthews.
HHM.
H&M.
Now it's called Denton's now. It's called Denton.
Now it's called Denton.
Yes, it's called Denton's now.
Times have passed.
Yes.
And then as we were doing, there were two groups of. There were those pupils doing pupillage, those who were graduates.
Yes.
There was the articled clerks who were doing the articled clerkship.
Yes.
So myself, I was in the pupils. Paul Dungo.
Paul Dungo, the one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ariel Jeroge. And Rafael Ngede. And subsequently DK Aganyanya.
DK Aganyanya.
Yes.
Yes.
We were there now. But in the course of now doing our pupillage,
yes,
because pupillage had just been introduced.
Yes.
Because before that time you went to the law school.
Yes.
You ate your dinners.
Yeah.
And you were called to the bar.
Yes.
Now, it happened that one of the people also doing pupillage was a gentleman called Jacob Mati.
Jacob Mati.
Yes.
Yes.
Jacob Mati was the brother of the Speaker of the National Assembly, Mr. Mati. What's his name? Can't remember his first name.
Yeah.
Now, somebody called Kitili Mwendwa.
Kitili, the CJ.
Yes. Had been made Chief Justice.
The first black one.
Yes.
Yes.
And he felt that he must admit some students.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, myself and Jacob Mati had some Ghanaian state council. There was a state council from Ghana.
Yeah.
Who was in the Attorney General's chambers.
Yeah.
We were called to the Council of Legal Education and exempted from pupillage. So, on the 3rd of June, 1975,
yes,
we were admitted
to the bar.
Yes. Called to the bar. And so now I began. Yeah. I was then, I held over at Hampton House to the end of the year. Yeah. Then I was employed there as an assistant. Yeah. As a legal assistant.
Oh. Now
worked there until April 15th, 1972.
72.
Yes. When I got tired of working for other people, because I applied for salary increase. Yes. I was given a small increase. Then 3 months later, I applied for another one. And my fellow pupils, oh, you are so scared of me. You'll be sent away. Look, we are not being paid what we deserve. Yes. So in April, I decided now I'm fed up. I've had enough. I left. To set up now my own practice. In what was called Muthoga and Company Advocates. Muthoga and Company Advocates was located in a building there called Lalington House, which is now part of, which was joined with Mansion House and is now called Jubilee.
Oh, Jubilee
Place. I think Jubilee Place or Jubilee Exchange.
It's called Jubilee Exchange. It's right in the CBD.
Yes. Both Jubilees are in the CBD.
Yeah.
The other one is what used to be Ezo House.
Yeah.
Where Hamilton and Smardius then were.
Yeah.
But the one I'm saying is this one which used to be next to Travel House.
Yes.
And the Mansion House.
Yeah.
That was where my office was.
Yeah.
It's actually an office given gratuitously by a gentleman called PM Kamau.
PM Kamau.
Paul Kamau.
Yeah.
PM had been the city Duke advocate.
Yes. Top cities. Top sitting.
Yeah. He was in a city advocate.
Yeah.
And then he resigned to set up his own office.
Oh.
So he had this office, which had 3 rooms.
Yeah.
His room, big room, adequate room.
Yeah.
A small secretary's office with a desk.
Yeah.
And like a small room on this other side.
Yeah.
So I asked him to allow me to use that small one.
Yeah.
And that's where I started my practice. As I said, on the 15th of April 1972.
Now, as I was coming here,
yes,
I was having a conversation with Sam. He was telling me there's a time a Mzungu lawyer refused to give you a gown. Is that true?
During that time, when we were in the pupils, it's not a Mzungu lawyer, it's the late what do you call him? The one who died last week, the other week. Ken Fraser.
Ken Fraser.
Ken Fraser and I were pupils at the same time.
Oh,
And Ken Fraser had a gown. I didn't have a gown.
Yes.
And I wanted to go to court.
Yeah.
And he said no. My gown cannot be used. East Africa, trained in East Africa.
Ah.
Hey. And I felt greatly insulted.
Yeah.
And I grabbed the fellow.
Yeah.
Pulled him out.
I
was actually going to throw him head first. You know the war, half war between what was called Esso House and the 20th century. I wanted to top him off there.
Yeah.
But somebody, one of our conveyancing clerks, happened to be passing and pulled him back.
Yeah.
And this became a little bit of a fracas.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we had still to work together because one of our clients in Keroka, a farmer there in Keroka, had been got into trouble with the authorities.
Yeah.
And the manager had been held.
Yes.
And charged in Kisi.
Yeah.
And we had to go. For him, Ken to go to court.
Yeah. And for you to
defend the fellow.
Yeah.
And for me to go and talk to the workers.
Yes.
And appease them.
Hey.
Then we have to travel now.
Yeah.
In Ken Fraser's mother's car. Toka hapa mpaka Keroka. Kuna hata neno moja tulisema.
Mlikuwa mmenyamaziana.
Tukaenda. Tukafika pale. Tukapewa pahali ya kukaa. The next day akaenda Kisi. Na mimi nikaashiwa kwa shamba.
Yeah.
I gathered
the workers. Yes.
I explained to them the difficulties and so on and so forth, and pleaded with them not to continue demonstrating.
Yes.
And then he came back we got into the 504
Yeah.
and came back to Nairobi.
Did you talk to each other when you were coming back to Nairobi?
No. We found nothing to talk to each other.
Let me take you to another interesting story. You're quite outspoken, and sometimes people with opinions tend to land themselves in a bit of trouble here and there.
Yes.
There was a bit of time you had differences with the former Attorney General, Charles Mugabe Njonjo.
Charles Mugabe Njonjo.
Yes.
You want that story also?
Yes. How did that start?
Now, I had been elected to the council.
Yes, of LSK.
Of LSK.
Yes.
And as a member of the council got into the practice of sometimes going out of Nairobi to see branches.
Yes.
And on this occasion, we went to Mombasa.
Yeah.
This is the time that the East African Court of Appeal collapsed.
Yes.
You know, in the old community.
Yes. After the East African community fell.
Yes.
Yes.
And so Charles Mugabe Njonjo published a bill setting up a Court of Appeal for Kenya.
Yes.
And this Court of Appeal for Kenya was not going to be a distinct court.
Yes.
It was just to be a roster. That the Chief Justice, when there is an appeal, would pick Judge 1, Judge 2, Judge 3, go and hear the appeal.
Oh.
When you have done the appeal, you come back.
Yes.
And we didn't like it. I didn't like it. And also the rest of the members of the council.
Yeah.
So the bill was published while we were in Mombasa.
For AGM.
Yes. Not for AGM. For visits, those council visits.
Visit, yeah.
So we decided, no, we must book an appointment with the Attorney General to go and protest that and explain that we need a court of appeal with dignity.
Yes.
So we were given an appointment, first thing, 7 o'clock the next day, and we're in Mombasa.
In Mombasa?
Yeah. So we had now to look for our ways back. And we did. At 7 o'clock, we were both seated in the Attorney General Secretary's anti-court room, waiting. And we were called in.
Yeah.
And we talked. Then, as I was talking, Njonjo asked, "You, Muthoga, do you think you want to be a judge also?" I told him, "No, sir. I do not want to be a judge. But if the president of Kenya were to look around, see around and see me suitable to be a judge, I would like to sit in a court with dignity."
Yes.
Not a court that has no dignity.
Yeah.
I said, forget it.
Yeah.
As long as I have anything to do with it, you will never be a judge.
Yes.
Period. And true, for as long as he had anything to do with it, I did not become a judge.
Yeah.
So that's the conflict that most people associate me with. So I was thought of as a deliberately anti-Njonjo, but I wasn't deliberately anti-Njonjo.
So it was that moment.
It was that moment, and of course it went and grew in the rumor murders and so on and so forth. There had been there. And so I didn't bother to deny it because, as you know, Charles Njonjo was one person who believed that Africans can do nothing. They are not capable of doing anything. They are not even suitable to be appointed judges, and so on and so forth. So throughout my time in the Law Society, I was not the greatest friend of Njonjo.
And Kamere?
And as things stand, Kamere was there, but Kamere, what does he do? He doesn't. He was only interested in his own garden, estate property there.
Yeah.
Which he was developing with some Germans.
Yeah.
Nothing else about what is happening in the law society.
Oh, so you didn't have any differences?
Any difference? Well, the only little difference, it is not even a difference. It just happened that I went to Swaziland on a mission to study in for Judge Eugene Cotton, who had been invited to deliver a paper there.
Yeah.
But the government had denied him right to go.
Yeah.
So he sent me.
Yeah.
Well, not sent me. He gave me the opportunity to go and deliver a paper there. While I'm there, we had a dinner, a law society dinner coming.
Yeah.
And my vice chairman was Paul
Moite, yes. You guys are best of friends.
Well, we were buddies.
Yes. Yes.
And Moite then sent an invite to James Kamere, Honorable Attorney General.
Yes.
And the Honorable Attorney General then said he be given a copy of the speech that the chairman will read, will deliver at the dinner.
Yeah.
And of course, Moite wrote back and said, no, you don't, when you invite somebody for dinner, he has no business asking you what is the color of the goat
that is being slaughtered. Yeah.
So it became the color of the goat, goat story.
Oh, that's the speech, the color of the goat speech.
The color of the goat.
Yeah.
So he said, you can't ask your visitor to. Your visitor cannot ask the host to tell him the color of the goat that is being slaughtered. So that now became a story. Of course, now, you know, when the media is dealing with it, they bring others. Stories in that.
Yeah.
But I didn't have much else against Charles Mugana Njonjo.
Yeah.
Except, of course, as fate would have it.
No, we will get there. We will get there. That is a story on its own. That is a story on its own. Before you get to the fate of the tribunal, you succeeded Mutula Kilonzo
in the
LSK chairmanship.
No, I succeeded Amos Wako.
Oh, Amos Wako.
Yes.
How did that go?
Nothing. We were both in that day.
Yeah.
Those times, the vice chairman became chairman.
Oh, automatically.
Because the election was by the council.
Yes.
And the council itself.
So it was not everyone else who was voting.
No, it wasn't. It was just the council which appointed the chairman.
Yes.
Now, it is at that time now
that
Richard Otieno Koch
yes.
Brought a motion in the AGM asking that the rules should be changed so that the election of the chairman becomes by universal suffrage.
Yeah.
All the members be entitled to elect whoever they want to become chairman. Now that was to open the door for us Africans.
Yes.
Because although we were getting to be quite a size, we had no literacy in the law society because it was like a club closed
exclusively.
Club.
Yes.
And of course we had protested. We had a long meeting in Langata in the house of a late colleague, Timan Jogi, where I had been mandated to join the council.
Yes.
To become a member of the council.
Yeah.
That in fact what drove me
to
the LSK Council. It is that mandate from the people. Go and become member of the council.
Yeah.
And then now, because of that, now we were trying to expand our space.
Mm-hmm.
Charles Njonjo was squeezing us in.
Yeah.
We had that difference, if you call it a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now let's go back to Njonjo.
Yes.
There was a part where he was being investigated.
No.
Mm-hmm.
He was a subject
to an investigation.
Yes.
I'm sorry, yes.
Yes.
How did you come to play a role in this?
Okay. Now, how did I come to play a role in this? I was summoned by somebody called Matthew Guy Muri.
Oh, Matthew Guy Muri,
General,
yes, Attorney General,
Kenya.
yes.
And I actually didn't know what I'd been summoned for.
Yeah.
I was very fearful.
Yeah.
Because those are the days that disappearance was very high.
Yeah.
Kind of disappearance that appears now.
Yeah.
You just go, you're walking home,
Yeah.
and you never get home.
You disappear.
And nobody knows where you vanished. So I was thinking, now I'm going to get detained here. So I called my partner, Muthoga Gaturu. He had gone to Thika to do a case in Thika.
Yes.
So I called a colleague in Thika called some Wadui.
Yeah.
Not Wadui. Not Wadui. The name is going away. Wadai. Some Wadai. I called his office. You know, those were the days there were no
mobile phones.
Yeah. You call the office.
Yeah.
And I asked that he goes to the court there, and if he sees Mr. Gaturu, to tell him to please come back to the office
immediately,
as soon as possible.
Yes.
So I waited until he came.
Yeah.
When he came, I told him, now I have been called by the Attorney General.
Yeah.
I don't know what I have done.
Yeah.
But I don't know why I've been called, but I'm going. So if you don't see her from me by 4 o'clock, please advise my wife. I tell him I was called by the Attorney General and you don't know what happened.
Yes.
So I went. I'm sitting there in Muri's office. When I got there, I was told, sit down. So I sat down. As I'm sitting down, I saw Simon Nyashai come.
Woi.
We went inside. A few moments later, I saw Kadia. Kadia was then director of personnel director of the civil service.
Yes.
He also went in. Knew now hapa
kimeharibika, kimeumana.
So I was told, Muthoga, come in. So I said, okay. I went in. I was told, sit down. And I was told, now, have you seen the official arrest of today?
Yeah.
I said, no, I haven't. Oh, you haven't? Then take it. I was given the official gazette. And there was, exactly the president had appointed a commission of inquiry.
Yeah.
And the council, the joint council was going to be Gacuiga Muthoga and Njonjo and Onyango Atieno. And I said, no. And Simon Nyashai asked me, do you want us to tell the president that you have refused the appointment. I said, no, I didn't refuse.
Yeah.
What I said
Yes.
is that if I'm going to work
Yes.
as the lead counsel,
Mm-hmm.
then I must be allowed to be the person who has the last word
Yes.
on any evidence
Yeah.
that is going to go to the tribunal.
Yeah.
And I must take the role of a lead lawyer.
Yes.
Oh, and I said, okay, that is okay, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, on that, if that is fulfilled,
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Game. And there I was now,
Mm-hmm. Facing.
facing Charles Mugana Njonjo
Yeah.
and his counsel,
Mm-hmm.
Paul Mwite.
Oh, Paul Muthoga was his counsel.
Yes, with Devereux.
Ah.
So Devereux was the lead counsel and
Mm-hmm.
Paul Mwite was his assistant.
Mm-hmm.
So I went back to the office,
Mm-hmm.
told Mr. Gaturu what had happened,
Mm.
and we agreed I don't have a choice there. I just have to,
Yeah.
to do the work.
Yeah.
And so I took on the matter.
And you prosecuted really well.
Well, I prosecuted the matter,
Yes.
not Mr. George.
I didn't say Mr. Njonjo, I said you prosecuted it well.
Well, that's for you people to say.
Yes.
All I know is that the media was very happy about it.
Yeah.
They showed thousands and thousands of copies,
Yeah.
because everybody was reading.
Yeah.
The first 2 hours of in any working place
Yeah.
was spent reading the
proceedings,
proceedings.
yeah.
Because they were published
Yeah.
verbatim
Yeah.
throughout the media system.
Ah. And how did you meet Mr. Gaturu?
How did I meet Mr.
Yeah, how did the partnership come? Was it fate? Was it something that you guys had started having conversations around it? How was the matrix?
Mr. Gaturu,
Mhm.
as I said, went to the Kenyan School of Law.
Mm-hmm.
He did the first as a now to go and become an advocate.
Yes.
Through the system of articled clerkship.
Yeah.
And he had come from Kenyatta
Mhm.
University
Yeah.
College,
Mm-hmm.
not Kenyatta University College, Kenyatta College.
College, yes.
And he had jumped
Mm-hmm.
and did the GCE
Mm-hmm.
in Form 5.
Yeah.
So he, having done the GCE,
Mhm.
he was admittable
Yeah.
at there.
Mm.
So he,
Mm-hmm.
the university, the faculty of law had decided to start,
Mm.
and it started by getting the people there in second, people who were there,
Mhm.
like Gaturu,
Mm-hmm.
over to the University of Nairobi
Yeah.
as second years.
Yes.
And so forth. So Gaturu now finished in that.
Yeah.
When he finished,
Mm-hmm.
I was already just starting practice.
Yeah.
He went to practice with a colleague
Mm-hmm.
called Pere.
Mm-hmm.
Pere was involved in an accident
Mhm.
and passed on.
Yeah.
So Gaturu and Pere,
Mm-hmm.
the partner passed on.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I'm practicing as Muthoga and Company
Yeah.
advocates. Now, one of the days,
Mm-hmm.
we met at YMCA.
YMCA.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Along State House Road.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was actually sleeping there
Mm-hmm.
himself.
Mm-hmm.
But me, I was already at Madaraka
Mm-hmm.
and so forth.
Mhm.
But I would occasionally go out there for lunch.
Mm-hmm.
And we met there
Mm-hmm.
and got to know each other.
Yeah.
Then we eventually decided we would rather establish
Mm-hmm.
a law firm
Yeah.
to match HHRM.
Yeah.
And that's how we on the 28th of May, 1975,
Yeah.
we entered into a partnership with him. And then later, a friend of ours called Francis David Gitahu,
Yeah.
who was a state counsel at the AG's office, found us offices in Nature House. Nature House was a building which belonged to the civil servants, the Kenya Civil Servants Union. And the Secretary General of the Kenya Civil Servants Union was a gentleman called Kimani Wanyoike.
Kimani Wanyoike.
Yes. Kimani Wanyoike's secretary was Gitahu's wife.
So it's a dot here, dot here, dot here, and then they join.
So the building has just been acquired, and they are looking for
tenants.
So easily, Mr. Gitahu's wife talked to Mr. Wanyoike, and we were given
an office
there.
The power of networks.
Fourth floor. So we started Muthoga Gaturu and Company advocates. Pending Mr. Gitahu coming
to join.
After he has finished, to come and join us. And he actually came, but we worked with us for a few years. I don't know whether I want to say what happened there, but we parted.
Oh, no, we can. That story for another day.
That's for
off camera.
Another day.
Yeah.
Yes. So we parted, and he left, and I was left with Mr. Gaturu.
Yeah.
And we soldiered on until 2001 when Mr. Gaturu retired. And I soldiered on until 2010 when I too retired. And that's it.
When you retire, where do you go?
Now, I was myself already serving at Arusha. So my retirement came because we have a partnership deed which required that when they are attaining the age of 65, partner shall retire, but shall have the option to serve as a consultant to the firm for another period of 10 years, and then finally retire. But now when my retirement came, I was already serving as a judge, so I couldn't properly serve as a consultant because I was not there to be
When were you appointed as a judge?
2003.
2003.
Yes, June of 2003.
June of 2003.
Yes, but was assigned a case in November of 2003.
And that is prior to you being appointed as a senior counsel?
Yes.
When were you appointed as a senior counsel?
I can't remember the date exactly.
But the year?
The year is 202.
202.
Yes.
You are the first recipients of the senior counsel.
Yes.
How was that? How did that come about?
No, what happened is there is something called surgery.
Radical surgery.
Radical surgery.
That was read by
Kiraitu.
Yes.
Now, radical surgery happened, but you know the law entitles a judge to having the matter investigated by a tribunal, which must be a tribunal comprised of a former judge or a senior counsel. Now you have already done with so many judges following the Kwashi Commission. And now those judges want to apply to refer the matter to a tribunal. But there is no one to preside.
There is no senior counsel at that
because
time.
there is no senior counsel.
Yes.
And you can't use former judges. So Kiraitu and his group without me, I don't have first-hand knowledge of that, but I know that is the reason him and Wako decided that he must establish the senior counsel bar. And the way to select it is just to appoint all the former chairmen of the Law Society. And that's how we were appointed. So all the former, anybody who had served as
LSK Chair,
was appointed to be senior counsel. And Kibaki conferred on us the rank.
Now, still on the question of senior counsel, I think I've seen a group where one is claiming that Ahmed Abdullahi, we call him Grand Mullah, is claiming to chair the senior counsel bar, and there's another group led by senior counsel Alfredo Giambo. And this also takes me back to, there was an AGM in the 90s where there was such a friction between senior counsel Alfredo Giambo and Paul Moite, the one about the elections. So what is happening at the senior bar? We thought you guys were not like us.
There is nothing that is happening at senior. There is no conflict in the senior bar. As Mohammed and other fellows there in the law society who wanted the senior bar to become a committee of the law society.
Abdullahi Ahmed.
Now that group, which he was one of, and we argued we can't really. You can't be the entire senior bar, and you are also a committee of the society, so that the president of the society can tell you what to do and what not to do. He himself is not even a member of the senior bar, because the presidency of the law society is no longer by seniority. It's by popular
mandate
choice. So a young man who was admitted last year can become president even today.
After 15 years though?
Well, the 15 years is a qualification which came. It wasn't there all the time. So, but now, I felt and we felt our own system as the bar. We had already established our own committee. With the Fredo Jabo as chairman, and Malik as secretary. And so on and so on. And we were doing fine. So, and it was okay. Judge Muthoga, Chief Justice Muthoga was okay with it. Everybody was okay with it, except this Grand Mullah and others. Fellows who wanted to snatch it back to become a tool of the chairman of the law society. And we resisted it.
So there's no division between the senior
none
bar.
at all.
It's very united, except there are few voices that we are hearing outside here.
Yes, but they don't have a voice one can respect, because it is not based on any law. Because the law doesn't establish that the council of the law society shall establish a senior bar. You know, if it had been that way, it is true. The chairman of the law society would have become the one who constitutes the senior bar. But it doesn't say so. So the conferment of the senior bar is by the authority of the president. Because the president is the conferment officer.
Now, there's something else you've been doing. You've been writing a book. Imefika wapi?
Ask him. The first manuscript is there on the table.
Oh, the first manuscript is there.
So we are still going on working on it. We hope it will be.
We're almost there.
We are almost there, but we have said that before. And we weren't there. Because when we looked at what had been done by our script writers, it It was written in a language that we could not understand.
Yes.
So we had to kind of literally scrap that and
rewrite again.
But we are now near the end of the rewriting.
So maybe, do you have an idea of when it's going to be out?
I'm hoping it will be out in the course of the year.
Because of the course of the year.
Yeah.
Will you invite me for the unveiling of the book?
For the launch?
Yes.
Sam, will you invite him?
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Yes.
And him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We will come. We'll come with the cameras.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, besides that, you leave the bar, and
Yes.
you're doing a lot of you're doing a lot of work for the UN. Now, besides that, what are you doing?
Besides that,
Yes.
when I came back from Arusha,
Yes.
I had a mind to assist the judiciary, Kenya judiciary,
Yeah.
to train their judges in judgment writing. Because I knew that nobody bothers.
Yes.
Judges are just appointed
Yes.
and thrown into the river to swim.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody tells them you swim this way, you swim the other way.
Yeah.
And because of that, what had happened is that a lot of judges had cases, but not written judgment.
Yeah.
In fact, there is one judge, whose name I will not give,
Yes.
who had 220 unwritten judgments.
220 unwritten judges.
Yes.
That's a lot. That's a huge number.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in fact, when she was to be transferred to the Court of Appeal, the transfer was delayed 6 months to enable
Yeah.
her to
Finish.
write a judgment.
Yes.
Now, I knew in my mind that that was happening
Yes.
because they did not know how to write judgment.
Yes.
So when I came from Arusha, one of the things I wanted to do was to help to train them
Yeah.
on judgment writing. And I went to the Judicial Training Institute,
In Loresho.
not in Rwanda, in Kiambu Road. You know,
In Kiambu Road, yes.
behind,
Yeah.
behind Kenoti's place.
Yeah. DCI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I talked to Justice Goge, who was then the one presiding over it.
Yeah.
And we kind of started. And I did a few trainings, both for magistrates and judges.
Yeah.
And somehow the work fizzled out.
Yeah.
And I don't want to go into the why
Yeah.
of the fizzling it out.
Yeah.
I can only assume that they weren't satisfied with my work, or some other reason.
Yes.
Because they never gave me any reason.
Yeah.
They alleged shortage of funds, and I wasn't actually charging.
Yeah.
I was doing it on a voluntary basis,
Yes.
only asking that they fuel my car
Yeah.
if I have to go to a place like Uko, at the river Uko,
Mavoko.
Right on-
Uko ndani.
Uko Dani,
Yeah.
or if I was to go to Kiambu or wherever. But the work ceased. Now when it ceased, I felt I needed to do something.
Yes.
And I had, in the meantime, established an organization called IRC,
Yeah.
Intellectual
Resource
Resources Center. And when that that faded, I thought I would use that institute to train political party
Yes.
leaders. Because we were now going to the general election
Yeah.
following the enactment of the 2010 Constitution.
Yes.
And I know the political leaders had difficulty understanding what is the role of the opposition, what is the role of the government, and so on and so forth. And I had decided that I'll try and do that. So I got hold of Patrick Lumumba, who was then the director of the
Kenya School of
Law. And we both agreed that's a noble thing to do. So we went up to Lions Place.
In Loresho?
No, in Westlands.
Oh, Lions Place.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
And met the registrar of political parties, Lucy Dongo. And we talked about her, about it, and she thought it was a good idea. And we agreed to embark on that. We did that in preparation for the elections that was coming 2013. And we went around, and someone was with me. And we did that work. But in the course of doing it, I felt that litigation generally is an unhelpful method of resolving disputes. Because really, you go there, the court hears some evidence, some witnesses, looks at some documents, and for both sides, and it decides how the dispute is to end. And of course, as it happens, it's always win, lose. You win,
the other person loses.
And of course, the person who loses, in all probability, especially because of the corruption that had entered the judiciary, almost in every case, they never felt satisfied that they were properly heard. And so he would go on to the appeal court. And if that was in the High Court, he would go on to the
Court of Appeal, and then Supreme Court.
And then the Supreme Court. And that takes years, ages. And so I decided that I should train people in mediation.
Mediation.
And myself and some 3 other people, 4 other people, we set up what now became a company called Dispute and Conflict Resolution International, DCRI. And we embarked on training mediators, which we do to this day.
Oh, you still do it?
So when I'm not working for the United Nations, I'm training mediators somewhere or somehow.
And what else do you do apart from training mediators?
And sleeping. Not much else. I go to Gichagi. There's a little farm there. Where I've planted a few avocados. So I sometimes go and enjoy looking at them. Or even looking for a market for them.
And do you do any mentorship?
In the form of?
Maybe you sit in a board, a school board.
A school board? I sit in this one here, my neighboring here. I've sat there for 19 years or something like that.
Oh, you know they can't, in the camera, they can't know when you point this.
It's called Kenya High School. Kenya High School is just across the road. I served there, I still serve there even today. I have served in the Nyahururu High School, the school I was
You helped create.
I helped create. I served in their board for about 10 years or something like that. I served in the Muthoga Technical Institute in Udaya. other school boards now, blah, 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 blah. Well, of course, there's primary school boards.
Yes.
Like Nairobi Primary, I was there for 12 years.
Ah.
As PTA chairman.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you think, for some, do you hear of anything else I've left as far as service in the boards are concerned? Oh, of course, I serve in Site Savers.
Mm-hmm.
I chair the Kenya board of Site Savers.
Yeah.
Site Saver is an organization.
Mm-hmm.
It was previously called the Commonwealth Society for the Bride, the Royal Commonwealth Society for the Bride.
Yeah.
So I serve there as chairman of the Kenyan board.
Yeah.
I also serve. I serve in St. Andrews. No, I served in St. Andrews as a trustee.
Oh, the church.
The church.
Yes.
St. Andrews church trustees.
Yes.
Yes.
So now in this show, many times what we've always done is we've done direct mentorship to the younger advocates. But for today, I want to change that.
Yeah, that I have also done.
Yes.
Because I was a mentor of the for the Law Society.
Yeah.
Before the confusion in the Law Society came in.
There's always confusion.
Yes, I was actually the chair of the mentorship committee.
Yeah.
But the thing became very confused and it died away, I think.
Yeah.
It's easier to say that.
Now, what I would want you to talk about is you are in your retirement, but you're still very active. So what you do
depends on what you define as retirement.
Okay, let me do this. Retirement in quotes. But you're still very active, very engaging, pushing yourselves into spaces. So you're keeping yourself active, and with that you're aging well. Now, what would you tell that practitioner who just wants to retire and go and just sleep? What's the benefit of keeping yourself active?
He just brings forth his death up front.
Closer.
Yes.
Yes.
The human brain is an organ, like this foot or this.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't use the feet, they actually crumble. They are unable to move.
Yeah.
If I sit here for 2 months without standing on these legs, they will not stand. They will not hold me up when I do that.
Yeah.
Now, the brain is the same. The brain, if you don't use it, it informs itself that it is no longer necessary. It's no longer useful. So it begins to die. And it completely dies. And that's how dementia and other things come in and generate. So if anybody stops practicing law, go and practice something else.
Yes. I mean, there's no other better way of ending it, right? We can end it there. But you can look at that camera.
This camera.
And say, Wakili, quick one.
Wakili, quick one.
Yes, quick one.
Wakili, quick one.
Yes, Nevo.
Yes.
Kevin, we are done. Yes.
We are
subscribe.
Done.